on the
Cool. What am I saying?
your intro with this. You haven't done this in a while, huh?
No, it's oh, that's right. Yeah, previously on Homebrew Detritus.
Hey.
There we go.
Yeah.
And because there's no sugar, I don't get migraines when I come out of my penis.
Coca-Cola. I would like to cast Speak with Dead on one of the people I grabbed.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the main reasons why I grabbed them. Whichever one looks highest in command, if they don't know any of them do.
Why are you smiling? Does it sound like I say thong of power?
Wear this, daughter.
Wear this. You'll be moist forever. That's
The thongs of power are probably some of my favorite fantasy items.
As soon as she says that Amon snatches him, puts him on.
Yeah, but on his face, it's weird.
I can spit forever.
Anyway.
Oh,
What the fuck are you talking about?
Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to.
I was at the grocery store, and there was a lady in one of those electrified buggies, and she's kind of stuck waiting to go down an aisle. And another lady was behind her in a buggy, and she kept asking the woman in front of her, "Excuse me." It made me giggle so hard. It's like, your legs work, bitch. Can't you go around? I can't say that because I'm working there. But
you're not an employee of said grocery store, so you kind of have freedom.
No, I am kind of an employee of all said grocery stores.
Are you wearing a smock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
No.
The smock is the chain that binds you.
It's a smock where one of the buttons immediately fell off. So, quality.
so it's yours now.
It's yours. This is yours now.
Yeah, they can tell who you are and adjust to suit your personality.
Yeah.
This was just going to be a loaner, but you've ruined it, so it's coming out of your paycheck.
That's
Capitalism.
right. I'll never clean it.
All right.
Until they give me.
That's
If
when
I
you
clean
argue
it, the
that,
rest of the buttons
I'm
will fall off.
not paying
yeah,
full
true.
price for a defective garment.
You should just cover it in like grocery store flair, but like for different grocery stores.
Oh. All the extinct grocery stores now?
Yeah, like Winn-Dixie and Piggly Wiggly.
Those aren't extinct. They're rare, but they're not
I
extinct.
haven't seen a Winn-Dixie in a long time.
Come here.
No.
There.
Didn't Harris Teeter?
Everywhere.
Didn't Harris Teeter buy Piggly Wiggly?
Food Lion.
There's a Food Line bought Bilo.
Listen to us
Okay.
all groan knowingly.
Look at that.
But Piggly Wiggly was bought by Bilo, and then Food Lion bought. So technically, yes.
But they're
Food
still
Lion
Piggly
bought
Wigglies.
all of the.
I think the privately owned Piggly Wigglies are still Piggly Wigglies, and all
Yeah.
the corporate Piggly Wigglies became Bilos. Then they all became Food Lions.
If you tuned in tonight to get an update on all the grocery stores and who owns who, then you
Yeah.
are
The
you're
Dashers in West Ashley is gonna finally close.
really.
Yeah. This is their
Too many
last
Piggly
Piggly
like
Wigglies
forever.
in the parking lot.
Wait, what's it
Too
doing?
many,
Huh?
too many encroaching German grocery stores in our state now. Everyone's like,
No.
"Oh no, the Germans, the Germans!"
Dashers is where you went to sift through old meat to find good meat at a discount. It was a beautiful place, and I will miss it dearly.
We have one in Walterboro.
It's not the same.
I mean, it used to be a Dashers. Actually, now that I think about it,
It's an IGA. They're basically the same thing.
I thought
No.
it was the same thing.
the Foodland used to be the Dashers, I believe.
Mm-hmm. More
Yeah.
grocery store talk. Let's keep this going.
I don't know.
exciting.
Sorry, I was waiting for someone to say something funny so I could riff off that.
You're gonna be waiting for a minute.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Anybody?
The year is
Hell of a
30,000. The year is 30,000. Terrence is still waiting for his lead in.
The greatest grocery store joke has already been told by me, and there's no topping the Piggly Wiggly joke. It is still my favorite joke, and I laugh about it every time I think about it.
I mean, I tried to do a callback, but it
You
got
did.
stepped on. So
You did do a callback. I grabbed it. Here's a clip. Look at this clip from when our show looked horrendous, thanks to me not knowing what the fuck I was doing.
Take some psychedelics first.
Previously on Homebrew Detritus.
Dude, like all the police that
A
could be in
cluster
there.
of cops who meet on Grindr is a Piggly Wiggly.
And that's why we record for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
How come you're allowed to roll a clip and I'm not?
Yeah, I mean, I want to
You
go.
don't-
He
Like,
edits
have
the
any
show.
Yeah, I'm allowed to give myself extra work.
All right. Checks
All right.
out.
okay.
What clip do you want, noob? Find it. Send it to me. I'll put it in there. Yeah, I'm allowed to give myself extra work.
All right. Checks
All right.
out.
Okay.
What clip do you want, noob? Find it. Send it to me. I'll put it in there.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Oh, I have opened myself up to terrible.
He's gonna get. He's gonna get the worst shit.
Here's another notification from Noob, and it's that woman eating a live mouse. Again.
No,
I don't know
no.
why you keep sending me that.
Don't do that.
Why are there so
anymore.
many hot dogs in there?
What's for dinner?
Yeah, no.
Why would he let her kick her there? Kick him there.
All right, I'm actually about to. I know what video I'm going to send over because I want this one already.
Is it one that we've done? Or is it
Sure.
just some random video?
You'll never know.
Yeah, I won't. I'm not gonna look at.
It's a random video. It's a random weird ass internet dank meme dusty hole video.
I picture Noob's brain as like you know on the Muppet Babies where they would just occasionally open a door and there would be like a war movie going on in the closet or whatever. That's kind of what it's like.
Yeah. Oh, if only we could be Muppet Babies level good.
Yeah, that was a quality show.
You ever watched Jim Henson's funeral?
What?
That was a terrible show, and the puppets were very not unmotivated. Like,
Here's a clip.
I want the clip of Big Bird singing "It Ain't Easy Being Green," real sad, like
no, actually, I have seen it, and it's very fucking. It's heartrending, honestly.
beautiful.
Yeah, I don't want to equate death to our show, especially not the death of
What
Jim
do-
Henson.
That's because your character died.
Wait,
I don't want to hear
I was
that.
going to say, how many of our characters have died?
Jim
We
Henson
can't
wasn't a
avoid-
character. He was a fucking American treasure and a
He
real
was
person.
somebody's character. Maybe he was his own character.
Oh no, Kevin's getting existential over
Grocery
here.
stores and Muppets. This is where we're at now.
Anyway,
If you wanted to, if you're tuning in, and thank you.
Thank you.
We said
you for
very
not
early
turning it
on,
off yet.
this is what it's like to game at our table. It doesn't matter if we're recording or not recording. These are the conversations we have before we roll dice and become nerdy. And sometimes these conversations are the whole night. So
Hours and hours.
hours
Yes.
of that. So let's really bring everybody into our game table. Let's pretend we're at the Green Dragon. We've got a stack of honey buns and Mountain Dews and
Klondikes. Don't forget the
those
Klondikes.
they used to have the frozen ice cream sticker bars there on occasion too.
Oh, yeah.
And you
Nutty bars and Oreos in the 6-pack.
oh, the big Texas cheese Danishes, those are really
Mhm.
the
good.
donuts.
And
We all
also
need to get some
headphones,
snacks.
so I don't have to hear what they say most of the time.
I never played with y'all at the Green Dragon.
All right, well,
Loser.
thanks for joining us tonight, Fred.
Yeah,
You can,
Mahogany has that on you. You are now a lesser being. She has been part of a bonding experience. And what are you? A hanger-on, a nothing, Franks.
Jesus, man, calm down.
Wow.
I think we just got a peek into Terrence's true opinions.
You really raised his ire there.
I just find it. I regret that I never made it out to a Green Dragon game, and it really colored my game experiences because they've always been in either somebody's living room or somebody's garage or somebody's basement. They were never out in the open and in the wild.
In a brightly lit room with strangers walking around by.
Yeah, and so when I actually had to have that experience here when I moved here, and we weren't doing this yet, it was horrible. I hated every fucking second of it because there's strangers everywhere. There's people I don't know sitting at the table where I'm playing, and I can't get comfortable because these guys are assholes. They're not my assholes. My assholes are here. I like these assholes.
I don't really like thinking of myself as one of your assholes. I
remember being at the Green Dragon.
Yeah,
and
talk about a
listening-
shitty job.
and listening to other tables and thinking, wow, these guys are losers. We're so much cooler than them.
Hearing other
We're
people
not.
role play next to you makes you feel, makes you wonder, like, do we sound like that? No, we can't possibly.
We're vastly
Yes.
superior
Well,
to that.
no. We sounded like what we sound like now. So they had to put us at the back table because it would help keep the volume down, and they wouldn't hear our cursing as much and have to pop their head around and go, all right, language.
They
I
put us
believe
at the
that's
back table
one-
because you're loud as fuck, Kevin.
I was about to say that's 100% Kevin's fault.
And no, Terrence is part of that too.
They hear Kevin in the parking lot, at the store next door.
I'm not denying that I'm the loudest person that anyone's ever met, but Terrence is not the quiet one of the group. I'll just say that.
What are you talking about? My voice is smooth as butter, mellow, captivating, sensual. Fuck you, Kevin.
That's two people he said fuck you to tonight.
Oh,
But it's
God.
two shots.
I like it when we when they moved us out into the actual store, like a zoo exhibit,
Yeah.
so people could walk by and kind of observe what D&D players are in their natural habitat.
I think he moved us to that table because we were the least smelly gamers.
I was about to say earlier, the thing I really liked about gaming at the Green Dragon is that there's this stigma that goes around about nerds about being stinky,
They are.
unwashed, whatever. But at the Green Dragon, they acknowledged that and put a sign on the door that said, if you stink, we will ask you to leave. Like, so take a bath, you dirty nerd.
Kudos,
If
Green
you
Dragon.
stink and you're listening to our show, we're not talking about you. But
No.
Yeah, you can stink on your own time as much as you like.
I would
In
work
your own
8 hours.
space.
I would work 8 hours in a kitchen and go straight to the Green Dragon, and my odor was vastly superior to a lot of the others still. Because I had a man's work musk, like that's a smell where that dude earned money today.
You smelled like French fries.
You can deal with that a little bit though. Fries are good. BO smells like lazy bum. That's it. It's just you didn't do anything to earn that stink. You did nothing to earn that stink, literally. And that's the problem with it.
No, I beat 3 bosses in Dark Souls.
Liar.
Yeah, Oldjor. Elden Ring's out, you loser. Get with the times, Grandpa.
Jesse got it. He got it 2 days ago, and he has currently played 36 hours of it. So he has basically he's basically like slept 4 hours a day, and
That's
then gone to
impressive.
play Elden Ring.
Listen, I'm 70 hours in. That game's addictive.
70 hours? The game's been out a week.
2 weeks. 2 weeks
Oh,
tomorrow.
man.
Yeah, I can't do it yet. I want to so bad, but I
It's
can't do it.
Matt,
yet.
it's so good.
I know, but I have zero self-control when it comes to that stuff.
Am I allowed to talk about the Batman yet?
No.
No.
I haven't
Oh
watched it.
man, yeah, I watched it. It's amazing.
That's enough.
Yeah.
I want to keep talking about Elden Ring, so shut up.
I know. I'm trying to veer off the subject.
I sent Ryan Brown. There's a handful of people that I know that are huge Souls nerds. One of them is Noob, who's here with us for sure.
Hi, it's me.
Noob Show. We talk about Elden Ring for
this Friday for
whatever.
30 minutes. We suck its dick.
Yeah, just long and hard until it goes soft, then we get it hard again. Is that too much?
Playing with Elden Ring's taint a little.
Tyler, who's been on Noob Show and mentioned here a lot, especially lately. We've played and beat every Souls game together except Demon Souls. But Ryan Brown's another who's like really big into the lore, and I sent him a message like, "Hey man, are you getting on Elden Ring? Because like it's really easy to co-op in this one, and you're on PlayStation, and I would like it if the three of us, me, him, and Tyler, could get together and do stuff." And he goes, "Well, I'm studying for stuff in class, and how is it?" And I did the math. I was like, "I don't spoil anything for you, but I worked 50 hours last week, and I still managed to play the game for 40 hours last week." So It's fucking good.
Jesus Christ. You played it like it's a job.
I
did too. You can't, it's so easy to do it.
It's magical. Thank you for everybody who turned that game off to watch this today. You're a true champion. I told Frakes on RPG Revolver, he must be doing a good job. I stopped playing Elden Ring to play Starfinder with him on RPG Revolver.
I mean, to be fair, you can keep playing Elden Ring with the sound down and just have your phone playing this show.
No. Not on my games. My games require 100% focus and determination. I'm
talking about our listeners, not you nerds.
Yeah, we're perfect for the background. Give us that view anyway.
Yeah, we're great for the shower, the drive.
Please shower.
The shower.
Listen,
the one shower you take this year, play Homebrew Detritus.
You know, I watch TV when I shower now because of technology. I was thinking about this.
It's so great, ain't it?
I was watching Riddick because it's terrible. And it's 6 a.m. and I fell asleep to it because it put me to sleep in like 8 minutes. And I was like, well, I don't need to pay attention. I can just hear him say stupid shit. But I'm watching TV in my bathroom and I could be using it to learn a language or, prep for the show. And I was watching a movie I don't like.
Wait, you're watching Riddick or Chronicles of Riddick?
How do you watch TV in the shower? What do you do?
I take this phone and I kickstand it out and I put it on the lip. I've got a little lip that's supposed to hold shampoo. Shampoo goes down, so I got a little kickstand and I watch TV with my phone.
Jesus Christ.
That's great. I do it too.
It's phenomenal.
But most of the time it's Norwegian women and they're not
wearing clothes.
Playing a game.
He watches the naked news.
Real talk with Noob.
Yeah.
That's a good conversation.
It was. I mean, it really spiraled after grocery store talk. I think we spiraled up, at least, I think.
Now let's take off to our role-playing part.
Yeah, let's get into our game.
What are we playing tonight?
Tiddlywinks.
You, the crew of Yharnam.
Oh, yeah.
Left Yharnam on the Monachopsis, heading towards the village port town of Salt. You decided to go there to follow the mountain range to the Fang so that you could get with the Order to learn more about Ratatama.
Ratatata.
Rat-a-tat-tat-tamon.
I like the way Mahogany did it better. We didn't need your add-on. Thank you, Kevin.
Oh, dear.
The journey will take several days by sea. We can fast forward and say several uneventful days unless there's anything aboard the Monachopsis your characters would like to accomplish.
Other than making scrolls? No.
Yeah, other than making potions and doing some experiments.
So we will say it'll be 4 days at sea. So if there's any downtime activities your characters can accomplish in those 4 days, be it crafting or whatever, what have you.
I like some prayer time. Some time devoted to the lady. Scorpions and all.
You do it till your nipples can barely. Until your nooples can barely stand anymore.
They look like ground beef.
Ground beef?
Or ground beef.
They're so long, a clown could make balloon animals with them. It's been a really weird 4 days. Let's see.
Oh.
Here's a Tim Curry moment for you. If you haven't watched Scary Movie 2, Tim Curry's in it, and there's a nipple scene, and that is what I'm picturing right now. And I'm just, here they are. I don't even want to.
Oh my god.
Hey, one of the beautiful things about being a barbarian or a melee fighter, downtime, that shit doesn't matter. I got nothing to do.
I wake up and scream.
Yeah. I do my push-ups, my sit-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 squats. I run 10 miles around the deck of the ship.
Oh god, it's all night long. Jump, 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 jump.
One punch man in this shit.
Hey, there's a reason they call him the One Punch Man.
Because that's the name of the anime.
He's got you
off.
We make it?
You make it.
Yay.
Oh, thank God. I was tired of looking at him run in a circle.
From the distance, the port city of Salt is not as impressive as you've been made to believe. Salt is very aptly named that because it's a mining village and a port that's main product is salt, which, much like in our own history and Yarnum's or this world's day and age, salt is still a very, very valuable commodity. If you're not magically inclined, it's the number one way to preserve meat and flavor food and loads of other things.
Raise your blood pressure too.
Yep. Well, they still use leeches in this world for some reason, so I don't think they're really worried about your sodium intake.
That's more of a fetish scene.
Yeah. It's just like the way it feels.
Oh, God.
It's a good way to reuse the salt, too. When they pull that out of your bloodstream, then you saute the slugs, leeches in with your spinach.
It's like blood sausage.
Yeah.
Boudin.
And it's got a natural analgesic, so after you eat a few, you might bite your tongue and not know.
But there are a number of empty docks, and just the rumors you've heard about this place is that it's normally pretty hustle and bustle. Lots of export. Their import is just people looking to work because there's always a plethora of mines to be mined. So your first kind of view of this port is not exactly what you were expecting. Upon making it to landfall, the ship isn't greeted by anyone in particular. There's a few layabouts out there just kind of hanging out, two guys fishing, a couple guys smoking and playing some cards over an old barrel, but nobody really pays you any mind. You get the dead town sensation, not like a town filled with undead, which is completely possible in this world, but just a town that is on the brink of unnecessity.
A ghost town in the making?
Yeah.
It is economically depressed. I forget, did we decide we were going to Lith by foot after this?
No. So you could have went through Lith and went through the Wolfwood to get to the Fang, which is where you were heading.
Right.
You decided to go to Salt and take the mountain pass to the Fang.
No, I didn't know if we were going to send the ship ahead to Lith and make our way down after we're done with down the river or whatever, but I don't know. We'll just double back, I suppose.
Or you could take the path through the woods after you get to the Fang. That's totally up to you. Pull up my old notes. Forgot this guy's name.
Do we have carrier pigeons or anything to send messages back to the boat? I don't know.
You don't.
I don't. That's why I'm asking the boat. Do they have like any pigeons?
They're not normally a transport kind of vessel. They're more piratey.
Smugly.
They do not carry carrier pigeons. Carrier pigeons.
Transport carrier pigeon? I don't fucking know. But yeah.
We could probably, if we are that interested in staying in communication, I'm sure that there are some magic users, or there's probably shops that might carry scrolls of whisper, or whatever it is you people do whenever you have to communicate over long distances. I don't know. I'm not a magic man.
I'm more used to using dead drops, but do any of you more dedicated spellcasters have anything like that?
I mean, I don't really. I mean, I can, teleport back and forth if we need to. I don't have any spells specifically that communicate over long distances.
I'm more of a battle mage.
I mean, I've got message, but that is, it's not that long. It's like maybe 200 feet, so it's not.
That's one thing I always wondered about. Teleporting onto the deck of a ship. Do you have to know where the ship is in the world precisely? Or can you just go teleport to the deck of the Monachopsis, and no matter where it is in the world, you arrive on the Monachopsis?
I feel that's like something the DM would have to tell you one way or another, because like if you're being a hard ass about it, then no, but the deck of a ship is a place.
That's what I would think. It's more like you're going to that place, wherever that place is.
Yeah, especially since you have to kind of envision that place in your mind, and the better you're able to do that, the more accurate your spell is. Of course, there's always a chance you get wet. So,
hey,
didn't know you rolled that way, Matt.
Could be in the middle of a storm. You never know.
Or on a log flume ride. You don't know.
Could be anything like that.
Well, as much as I bragged about taking notes, I've misplaced that guy's name. So it was the guy from the island that sold you stuff, and he had all of his sons.
Oh, yeah, Shecky.
What was his name? Did anybody else keep notes?
Ooh,
Nope.
I usually
It was Shecky. Terrence is right.
No, it's
it's not
it's Turek or something.
No, Turek's the dwarf that you guys don't like, right?
Yeah, he's the one spreading the rumors that we're dead.
Point of fact, I did not take that note.
Yeah, Tarok is the shitty dwarf.
Yeah.
Whatever. He's
Old
with you with his old what's his face is with you with his two sons.
What's his face, Junior and Little Steve.
It's right there in his sons. I hear
he
the
had
name.
3 sons. You lost one on the journey, but it was uneventful.
Well, that's a shame.
No, he's just down in the hole. We can't find him.
He'll turn up.
He fell into the bucket of rum.
He's a precocious sort. A precocious 33-year-old. Just loves hide and seek.
As you make your way into the town, there's a lot of empty houses. A few large, looks like they were at one time hotels, taverns to stay in, all closed, barred up. There is, however, one tavern that you can see smoke billowing out of the chimney, and you can hear just a low grumble of customers inside.
Do I know any reason why the town is in such dire condition? Like, is there like some sort of specific reason? Have the mines dried up, or is there some sort of like local?
You can give me a perception or a pretty high knowledge local.
All right. Let's see. Knowledge local.
Is the old groundskeeper dressing up like a ghost and scaring off newcomers?
I mean, that's likely. I only got a 20 on knowledge local.
Last time you were close to here in Lith, you heard a little bit about salt, but when you were in Lith before you headed to Yarnum, there was nothing afoot or amiss. It was still a fairly busy town. So that was a year ago at this point.
5 years ago, actually.
Oh, well.
Or 6 years if it's been a year in game. All right.
It hadn't been a year in game, no.
I mean, our adventures together have not been a year in game?
No. Well, close, but no.
Okay. Just
anybody else? Right. Perception, maybe, or knowledge local?
I'll do a perception. I've got local pretty high, but I don't think Nim's ever been here, so I don't know that he would.
Okay.
16 perception.
I'm just looking to see if there's any do-goodery that needs to be doing.
I got a 28 on perception.
Okay.
30 on perception for me.
I got a 16 on local. I figure Vladros has probably sailed around these areas with his former crew, but
your knowledge of the place is you were one of the surprised ones about seeing it like this. You always heard that not a lot of money stayed here, but a lot of money left from here, and that's not what it looks like now. Those of you with the perceptions, you can see that stuff that is boarded up and closed seems recent. Not like old, boarded up, ramshackled homes, but recently boarded up to protect it to maybe some return.
Oh, okay. Let's I suppose let's find a place to stay for the evening and relax before we hit the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 3 days on a boat, it leaves you a little
wobbly.
Yeah, wobbly and in dire need of a bath. So
I do not recommend baths in this town, being that the amount of salt in the air, it does nothing but dry you out.
Do you really think I didn't pack moisturizer?
You hadn't said it, I was going to.
Yeah, see?
I thought people like you always took dust baths anyway, Doctor.
I do. I know the group does not prefer to bathe that way.
Oh, I thought that was dandruff. All right.
So you make your way into the only tavern. It's fairly large. The name Judy's is sketched in wood or etched in wood on the outside of it. Nothing fancy. Two large doors swing open. You can see a kind of well-kept, maintained. What's funny about this?
Oh, sorry. My mind wandered somewhere else. I used to call like gay people Judy's back in the day. Like, sorry.
Because of Judy Garland, right?
Yeah, because of
I get it.
So I'm like, oh, it's going to be filled with drag queens.
Oh, spoiler.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Terrence.
When I heard Judy's, I was thinking Doug Judy, and I was like, oh, cool. There's going to be a very charismatic thief in there.
Some shenanigans and hijinks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's find out, shall we? Let's open the door.
What you see is
karaoke.
a bunch of kind of depressed looking worksmen.
Working in the drag mines.
You know, two
their lipstick is everywhere.
Just let it go. RuPaul comes out the back. Okay, well, we're back in. Okay. But no, you see two tables with a group of men around it. Mostly men, anyway. There's a kind of stout dwarven woman at one table, and they're all just kind of grumbling to each other, mild conversation about this, and this, without you paying much attention. Behind the bar is a hefty set woman. She's cleaning your typical bartender. She's just already cleaning up a mug. Behind there's a bunch of cast of various types of ale. It's well lit in here with the torchlight. There's a large hearth with a stage. Nobody on the stage making any music. But it's your typical kind of middle of the road price-wise, or what do you call it? It's above a dive bar, but below a resort. It's better than an Applebee's bar.
A community tavern.
Yeah, there we go.
Cocktail lounge.
There we go.
What time of day is it?
Early afternoon.
Oh, cool. We're just in time for the piano player. Right.
Happy hour.
Are you approaching the bartender and saying that, or?
No, I'm approaching the bartender and ordering a round for my colleagues and I, and asking where we can clean ourselves up after a moderately exhausting trip.
Well, this is the only establishment left open. There are rooms available. What brings travelers such as you here?
We're carrying on to Wolfwood after this.
Oh. Dangerous trek. Are you aware?
Oh?
Take that as a no.
I'm all ears.
I just got tired of getting my hopes up when travelers come in here that they were sent from the adventuring guilds of Lith. That hasn't happened yet.
Oh, actually, hold on. I began checking my my package and looking through my various false identities. It's like, here we go. As a matter of fact, I was just making sure. I thought we'd talk to some of the more local leadership about it before we, announce ourselves.
I assumed if you were here, it was the local leadership that sent you. They headed off to Lith some months ago.
Oh, is it that bad?
Yeah, very bad. The mine's kind of dried up here years ago, so we've been going deeper and deeper up the teeth.
Oh no, you delve too deep and too greedily.
The roads between here and Wolfwood were, fairly well traveled. Many a caravan took salt to them, and they sent furs and things for shipping back this way. But the cargo stopped, and there was a new mine that was opened up, and, well, a creature moved in.
Creature?
A big bastard. Crazy-looking giant with a weird pet. Murdered a lot of folks. Some of the miners thought, we could take it. They were old dwarf fighters back in the day. None of them returned.
I look over to Sonder. I'm like, do you think we could handle something like that? I mean, there are only 6 of us.
I count as 2.
Well, Sonder spoke up. I thought she was at the bar with me.
I am.
Fellow guild member.
You're asking me if we can handle a giant and its pet.
Yeah,
I want to know more about this pet. So I asked the woman, what can you tell us about this pet?
I'll only tell you the descriptions, and those all come from those fleeing for their lives, so how accurate it is, I'm not sure, but it's a weird lion serpentine kind of creature. Had like a lion's head and 2 arms that pulled it along, but a slithering tail-like body behind it.
Do a knowledge check on that description?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Just imagine Matt's character just coming out from behind somebody like.
What kind of
slithering tail, you say?
What knowledge would that be? Arcane? So I got a 39.
I know. I'm drawing a blank here too.
You've heard of these. There were demons and devils that boasted of releasing these in certain realms. They're a strange magical beast, large in size. the description from Paizo. Actually, I think this might be third party, but anywho,
No,
that's fine.
Illegal. It's illegal.
Not illegal in this game.
Dare you?
It's where Wolf Swarm came from. So shut up.
I was supposed to say, is there a swarm of these things or just one?
I use third-party shit in the other game all the time, and I don't even tell you when I do it.
This creature looks like
I do too, and I don't tell you when I do it. So,
creature looks like a long serpent with grayish scales and leonine head, resembling female lion with grayish tan fur. 2 long, powerful humanoid arms protrude from its serpentine body, each ending in vicious-looking, slender talons.
Some kind of lamia?
It's a tassel worm or a tassel worm.
Oh my god!
Like a worm, like WRM or WYRM.
And because you rolled TAZELWURM.
I only have the vaguest memory of ever reading about this kind of monster. So, but like the name rings a bell, and it was like it seemed horrifying.
So, because you rolled so high, Matt, I will give you its full description here. This creature is an aggressive, flesh-eating monster with a serpentine body, feline head, and 2 long, powerful arms, and then the razor-sharp claws. We've already said they haunt mountain passes and prey on travelers passing through their territory. They are normally solitary, so whatever this giant is, if it is indeed a giant, must be pretty powerful to have claimed it as a pet. These creatures are masters of camouflage and nearly indistinct from their rocky surroundings. They enjoy striking from ambush and downing unsuspecting prey. They are diurnal hunters and are most active in the morning hours. Their hunting grounds often cover several square miles of rocky terrain, blah, 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 blah. They eat just about anything that comes near, blah, 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 blah. When they kill something, they don't eat it all at once. They preserve it for several days.
They eat it one leg at a time.
Yes. They rarely interact with other creatures, including their own kind. So if the description you're getting is correct and the creature that you're thinking of is the one they actually saw, it's very strange, again, for it to be a hill giant's pet.
Oh, monster like that has to be powerful itself or it just has to be pretty powerful itself.
They are ambush predators, and they are somewhat, not extremely, but somewhat resistant to fire. That's the only kind of
defense.
Offense.
Sounds like it doesn't need a whole lot of it.
No, they're mainly surprise attack.
Yeah, quick kill and just chew on some things. I will relay that to the group, maybe away from the barkeep a little bit.
All right.
To increase the rumors.
Okay.
But I'll just tell you that this is what it sounds like he's talking about.
And the area you're traveling in would fit its ecology, like where they normally are found when they're released into worlds.
You think we could take it?
I mean, we did beat the wild hunt.
True.
Also, I don't think we have much of a choice if that's the direction that we are going in.
I suppose.
Well, it doesn't fly.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, we could fly.
Yes, but these people are obviously suffering from it.
Yes, we are heroes,
true.
are we not?
I'm
suffering more from the Dark Lady if we don't hurry along, though.
I'm attempting a turnaround here. Do you mind?
No, not at all. I'm game
Good.
if you are. I think we could take it. I think we should all be cautious. And
Also, I happen to know the Lith Adventuring Guild rates, and we could head into Wolfwood with a pretty good bit of gold under our belts when we arrive with the trophies.
I think we could take it.
Did we get, like, how far is the area between here and Wolfwood?
A foot, it would be 6 days.
6 days. So, like, this thing's hunting grounds have to be kind of localized near the townish.
Yeah.
Well, not super near, because it was where they've mined a lot close to the town. So when she said further up the teeth, so there's the Fang, which is the peak of this mountain range, and the locals commonly refer to the mountain range leading up to the Fang, the teeth. So they've been mining from the coast back towards the Fang for many, many, many years. and where they're mining at now is still close enough to the town to not necessitate building basically a new town. It's only a day or two away by foot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just trying to get an idea of where this thing is located and whatnot.
Actually,
it would be like a day and a half to 2 by foot.
Can I hit the local rumor mill to try and pinpoint a location that way we're not too taken by surprise? Like how many leagues or whatever that's most normally cited?
Yeah, give me a gather information.
Sure.
On the 7 to 8 people that are in the bar now.
That's fine. Let's see. I have a 31.
So from talking to the barkeep and you turn around to go schmooze the other people, you can see you've already kind of done the work without realizing it. Just talking of being actually give me that bluff check for that.
Okay, fine. Let's see. I rolled a 10 plus 18, 28.
All right, so you're in.
Okay.
They overheard, I actually am from an adventuring guild and live. Here's my card. And that, you notice, the rest of you probably notice because y'all aren't as into the conversation. The tables all stop drinking and muttering and staring at each other. And they're all one elbow on the bar, on the table, looking in your direction because you can feel a little hope. These look like people who used to work here and make really good money and now have no source of income. Maybe they made really good money and didn't spend it or save it wisely, which is why they're still stuck in this now godforsaken town. Gathering information from them would be pretty easy pickings. And yeah, like I said earlier, they tell you, it's a day and a half by it's a day and a half by normal human foot, closer to 2 by a slow dwarf, and everybody gets a chuckle like that's been a joke amongst the miners for a while. Seems like it's mostly human and dwarven kind of workforce.
All right. Well, then I say, we will definitely do our very dead level best to stop this threat to your community. Or, my name isn't Dorian Honeybriar.
I ran out of fake names to use. So use that one.
Okay, fine. No, actually, my Lith name. All right. My name isn't Algernon Greycraft.
Remind me of that Family Guy where Peter has to come up with a fake name. And he looks, he's like, and there's a guy eating peas. He's like, pee. And the guy crying, tear. And then a griffin flies by. Griffin. Yeah, Peter Griffin. Ow, God damn it.
I remember that bit. It was
so good. Back when Family Guy was like only in its 2nd or 3rd season.
Back when it was trying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I give my personal guarantee that we will definitely go look into it or die trying or disappear afterwards if we fail.
Well, we all appreciate it. Last meal, free meal on us.
All right, now we're talking.
Thank you.
I also want to get the names of any elders that fled so I can hit them up for rewards should we manage to pull this off. Who do I need to look for in Wolfwood?
Let's write down mayors, or not mayors. Let's do mayor, because it's not really a town that had a mayor. I guess it had more of a foreman lead, because it was mostly a work town.
Mayor Foreman. Got it.
Mayor Foreman. Red Foreman.
Mayor
Red Foreman.
John Mayer?
No.
Oh.
You know who Red Foreman is? Yeah, Kevin does.
You dumbass.
Call you. Was it a jackass? Was it dumbass?
It was dumbass.
Dumbass.
He's also the president of the Federation.
He's also one of the main bad guys in Total Recall.
That's right.
And RoboCop.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Bitches leave.
I love that. He's the one that shot RoboCop repeatedly.
Yeah, his weird, creepy kid friend.
When was the last time you watched that?
Or no, that was something
That was
else.
RoboCop 2.
That was RoboCop 2. When was the last time you watched, before he becomes RoboCop, the cop, Murphy, gets shot to death at the beginning of that movie?
It's hilarious.
He doesn't just get shot to death. He gets shot to death 10 times over.
Yeah, they
shot to pieces.
Yeah.
They perforated
They
like
Anakin
a stamp.
Skywalkered him.
I always forget, and that happens. I'm like, man, I forget how gruesome this fucking movie is.
That's your Paul Verhoeven movie signature.
Am I foreshadowing this combat coming? Who knows?
Oh God, we're gonna fight RoboCops.
Oh boy.
It's gonna shoot you all in the dick.
Oh,
I did.
I'm safe.
Sonder lives by default. She doesn't have a dick. I can't do anything.
And no man has ever found the clitoris. So.
That's such a 1990s joke. That's hilarious.
So is the movie Dick
We know our audience.
Yeah.
Dick destruction is timeless humor.
Or Dickstruction.
Well, no man has ever found the clitoris is definitely Jeff Foxworthy at its peak era of comedy, though. Or
And Seinfeld.
Or when Comic View was a thing.
I don't know. I'm gay. I've never seen a clitoris in my life.
I get it.
Look in a mirror. Vagina face.
Huh?
No.
I don't. Okay. Oh, vagina face, like that guy from Total
Recall. Yeah.
Yeah.
All back.
The original, the good one, not that crappy Colin Farrell garbage.
All those Verhoeven remakes blow.
Yeah.
Moving on.
RoboCop one was terrible.
That's Samuel L. Jackson.
They did redo RoboCop. I like the guy that played him. I can't remember.
Why did they keep one hand? One hand, fleshy. Come on, man.
Because they kept the wiener too. So you got to have you're a robot, sure, but you need a little relief every now and then.
You know the worst thing about the remakes is they completely erased any way, shape, or form for you to still watch the original.
No.
WHAT?
I'm being sarcastic. I don't give a shit that they remake. They remade a movie and it's terrible. No loss.
Go watch the other one.
Yeah, just watch the other one again. Give me my 3 titties, Total Recall.
Unlike the Star Wars, that you cannot get the originals without the remaster.
Which is where I was going to go.
That without some piracy, anyway.
Yeah.
We don't do that here.
I don't know. It's like even pirated. Sometimes
you have
the fucking remastered version.
Do you have a VHS? Because I have my final release of the THX Sound original format of Star Wars.
No, Kevin.
But you have to have a VHS.
I have my VHS right next to my 8-track and my Victrola.
You say that too many times. You have the George Lucas police kicking down your door, making sure you don't also have a copy of the Star Wars Holiday Special.
They've come off that a little bit because Riff Track somehow got a hold of it. So they obviously somebody got paid.
Well, I'll say the first time I ever watched The Empire Strikes Back, it was on Laserdisc, and it was glorious.
Laserdisc.
I don't think I've ever seen anything on Laserdisc.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's like
I saw Jaws on Laserdisc.
Yeah, it's really good transfers, but literally they can only fit half the movie on a side on Laserdiscs.
My cousin is the only person who I ever knew who had a Laserdisc player, and he wasn't allowed to use it.
It's funny.
We would look at it, and it's like, oh, look at the discs. Look how cool they look. But I'm not allowed to touch them.
I like how they were just big, shiny records.
That's exactly my cousin had the Laserdisc, and he wasn't allowed to touch them.
Yeah.
Because he dropped it, and we couldn't watch Empire Strikes Back the rest of the way because while he was flipping it over,
he dropped it, and you never got to see side two.
Scratched the shit out of it.
Oh, fucking hell.
Mm-hmm.
How much was a Laserdisc movie?
Oh gosh, who knows? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like
I never
40,
saw
50
one for
bucks.
sale either. Like
Yeah.
I used to, but this was like CDs were, I don't know. I used to spend a lot of time just like walking around the music shop, looking at stuff, wanting like, I never really went to where the movies were because I didn't care about those. I just wanted like all of the music. I just look at it and wish, and then go home and record shit off the radio.
I think I grew up too poor to even go into stores that had laser discs for sale. You know,
Not coming in here, boy.
yeah.
You don't have
Did you
any
get them
money.
shoes at Walmart?
Where did they even sell them?
I don't know.
For the record,
Sam Goody and shit like that, maybe. I don't know.
That's what I was gonna say. Like I never went into a Sam Goody.
for the record, $44 to $49.99
Yeah, that's a figure about 50 bucks.
original sticker price, and that's 1990s dollars.
Yeah, that's a lot of
a
money.
lot of money.
Mhm.
No wonder my cousin couldn't touch it.
That's
Yeah.
a day's worth of work if you work 12 hours.
Yep.
Fucking 425 fucking minimum
Yeah, I
wage.
remember.
But we have digressed.
Have we?
I imagine this is the conversation that we have in the tavern while
Yeah.
everyone kind of looks at us like,
Yeah.
so
Why doesn't
you're
this
gonna
tavern
help
have
us?
laser disc?
Why does
We
nothing you
did, but
say
the
make any
mines
sense?
dried up.
Yeah, we couldn't afford the movies
The laser disc
anymore.
mine.
we still have Pee-wee's Big Adventure, but that's it.
I'd watch that. Shit.
Yeah.
That's a
Bobby's
gorgeous-
idiot son dropped the rest of the movies, so
Yeah.
It's a
That
gorgeous movie.
spawned the most fun game we used to play we just played a game called Large March, and it was like basically tag, but when you were about to get tagged, if you said Large March sent me, they couldn't tag you. So play it at night. So like someone comes running up on you and they scare the shit out of you, and you're like, Large March sent me, and then they go running away.
I
Try to
couldn't.
find somebody else.
I couldn't watch that scene until I was like 12. It scared the piss out of me as an 8-year-old.
Scary. Yeah,
it's
it was
delightful.
scary.
I like the tales of your childhood that are happy.
That
That was a
Ghost
good
of the
one.
Graveyard. We used to
What kind
play
of
lots
serial
fun
killer
games
shit was
night.
that, Frakes?
Tell me more of your happy childhood.
So I can steal this. Oh, from it.
As you tell your stories, I absorb them and you'll never remember them.
I've incorporated your memories into my own.
I mean, look at that lighting on him.
Large Marge sent me.
God, I'm starting to believe
You'd
it.
been tagged by the time you got that sentence out. Too slow. And then you're having a nightmare, but that was only in New York because we had this asshole neighbor who didn't want children anywhere near his house. So the game was
I
you
relate.
roll down his driveway and just start convulsing. And then it was somebody's job to come wake you up by saying, you're having a nightmare. And the goal was like the person you didn't like the most was it, so that you could get them caught and yelled at by Mr. Drummond by just staying there and shaking for way long. Like
I
not
can't
waking
imagine
up.
why this neighbor wouldn't like you.
I mean, we were just in the driveway, and it would just set him off. What are you kids doing out there? It was like old West Indian dude. He would just.
Don't you understand? I'm not allowed to have children this close to me.
What I told you about the Megan's Law. All right.
We're gonna have to move again.
Oh.
1980 something. Good times.
Come on, Toker, tell the story.
I was enjoying the I said when we started, I was like, tonight's gonna be like a real night at the game table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. We've digressed at least 4
I'm
times.
not disappointed so far.
Yep. You've
I
made
am
it.
definitely listening to music.
You've made it to the town. You've talked to the barkeep. You've been given a quest. That's 3 things that could have taken 4.5 minutes. It's been nearly an hour.
Good
Hooray!
enough.
Yeah, that's D&D in a nutshell. What's our tagline? Telling a story.
We'll be
the
up to
slowest
date
way
on
possible.
the grocery
Dice and
store-
procrastination.
grocery store situations.
What's that?
I said we. Go ahead, Mahogany.
I was just
Oh.
finishing the tagline. That's all. Telling a story the slowest way possible with dice and procrastination.
Yes, we're doing that well.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Did you
Matt
forget
was
what you were going to
bemoaning-
say, Matt?
He was bemoaning our grocery store.
I was
opening.
I was trying to do a little throwback to our grocery store. I can't say it. Grocery store discussion earlier. Though I don't think we finished that.
I think we're good on that.
I was going to say my eyes glazed over 5 minutes into that. I don't know what was happening.
Neither do we.
To go back, Mahogany, I mentioned a thing of it that happened at a grocery store, and then
no, what is Terrence doing? Is he peeing himself?
I'm toilet paper in the crabby asshole's house.
This is what happens when you drink a 40 of Corona.
It's not a 40, it's a 32.
Well, it's South Carolina.
South Carolina, you can't sell 40 ounces.
And the
you can buy 232s.
I used to buy 40s in South Carolina all the time. I think you're bullshitting.
No, you can't. They stopped selling them, and they made it so the biggest one you could get is 32.
Yeah,
yep.
I remember that
when they allowed high gravity beers, anything above 6%. When they opened that up, they cut back on the size from 40 to 32 ounces.
Yeah, it's just another bullshit law to punish the poor for being poor.
Yeah. Now they won't buy 140, they'll buy 232 ounces. They're buying two things and they're drinking more.
They're taping it to their hands still, though. I don't know why.
Edward 40.
It's Edward Drunk Hands.
Edward 32 hands, yes.
Yeah, that's it.
No.
Wow. Just wrong everywhere.
Why do they tape it? Why do they tape the bottles to their hands?
Game. So what you do is you tape them to your hands, and you're not allowed to take them off your hands until you finish them.
Mm-hmm. That's what you do to your friend that doesn't want to drink. Peer pressure thing.
I'll let you peer pressure them in doing the power hour, which is literally the worst thing in the world.
Oh God, I felt horrible. So I had to go to this ceremony in Colombia, and we went to this ceremony. It was in this weird government building or whatever, and I was I didn't know where the bathroom was, so I was scared to use the bathroom there. So we left there and we go to this bar, and the first thing I do is I go in and I go to the bathroom, and everybody fucking hated me. I had no idea what power hour was, but I just had to pee because I had been at this thing all day, and I didn't know what was happening. I just
apparently just so you know, 60 double shots in 60 minutes, that's 120 20 ounces of beer you're slamming.
What?
Power hour, you do
a double shot of beer every minute.
Oh, I thought what they told me was they just got cheap beer at this place until the first person went to the bathroom.
Oh,
during this hour.
We did it with a very structured way, and I ended up vomiting 3 times.
Structured
once a minute,
and then
double
after the power hour, there's the Century Club where you do 100 in 100 minutes. I've barely completed that.
We have no liver function to speak of.
So if you're watching this show, you want to grow up to be like Kevin. He just told you the direct path to take. Power hour followed by the Century Club.
We should do a power hour live stream. We should do a power hour live stream just to see. Keep a bucket by your computer.
I feel like we need a live bleep if we're gonna do that. Somebody needs to be live bleeping. Speaking of which,
oh my God,
if you want to get good, I was gonna say if you want to get good at live streaming, play the game and not for broadcast. That game will fucking keep you on your toes when it comes to shit.
Are we continuing on?
I thought we were done.
No, Toker, I'm asking if we're doing the...
Yeah, I thought we were just meandering till the end.
We were meandering. This has basically been a deluxe welcome back to Noob Show episode. I think this is...
because I got to pee real bad. I've drank a lot of beer in the last hour.
You're a grown man, Terrence. You could just go and not tell us.
I don't want to miss out on all this delightful banter. So if you could just stop talking.
Get out of here and go pee. That's how you gotta talk to him.
A little bass in your voice.
Yeah. Was that bass?
Not really.
No, I didn't think so.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here, you motherfucker!
You got to talk to Terrence sometimes as if he's the neighbor's dog who jumped the fence. Yeah, get out of here.
Go get.
I hurt my throat.
all that bass.
Everybody roll a d20. We can close the show out before he gets back.
So I rolled 3 dice. 2 of them were natural 20s. That's my second natural 20 of the night.
Yeah, that's all you get.
Franks,
I got a
close
6.
the show out.
Thank you for watching Homebrew Detritus flagship show. Homebrew Detritus is the title. If you like this, check out Noob Show. It's this on half rations. You can find that at www.homebrewdetritus.com. You can see our cartoons, which I've been working on throughout this entire digression. Check out our social media stuff. Twitter, we're on Facebook at Homebrew Detritus, right?
Homebrew Detroit 1 for Twitter.
Homebrew Detroit 1 on Twitter.
Yeah.
Check out our Patreon. We can do better stuff if we got more money from people, and that's what we're really shilling for, is to do better quality things, better cartoons.
You took too long. He's back.
See. Oh, well. All right, good night.
Bye,
everybody.
Bye.
Cut the feed.
Previously on Homebrew Detritus.
Dude, like all the police that
A
could be
cluster
in there.
of cops who meet on Grindr is a Piggly Wiggly.
Oh. And that's why we record for 30 minutes.